Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, we have a look at the Hasbro HasLab campaign wrap-up of the Ghostbusters, and it did very successful. It got fully funded about a couple days ago, and then it got about, I want to say, a couple thousand more, maybe 13,000. I couldn't find the image of it, but here I have that it hit 12,000 plus in the day it did. And then that was exciting. That's 3 for 3 on the Ghostbusters sides of things. And then on the Transformers HasLab side of things, because I know that we have gotten some updates about the Omega Prime from Robots in Disguise 2001. And now we have the actual finished product shots of what the figure looks like and all of its glory. And so you could see the Optimus and the Ultra Magnus and the Blue Bolt, which now is a weaponizer. And then we've got the Headmaster character in there, and just all the awesome packaging and product shots. So I'm very excited for that. So yeah, some updates on those two HasLabs. And in more Transformers news, specifically in the Japanese market and Asian market, the Cybertronian Con event is going to be happening soon in, I believe it's China or Japan. I can't remember exactly, but we got some leaked package images of 2 Transformers products that have already come out, and then a third one with actual product images, and that is of the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. And this time around, it looks like he has like a cell-shaded windows and some different like paint apps and or stickers around him, to kind of make them unique for the event. And then we have a look at a packaging for a Brawn from the movie Masterpiece line that was a Target exclusive here in the States. He'll have a version there. I don't know if it's going to be different or if it's the exact same thing, just in a really cool packaging, because all 3 of these, the package art is amazing. The third one, of course, is the Commander class from Legacy that we got, which was Monstrantor. I can't remember the actual name of the character off the top of my head, but you can see the image here with the name. But yeah, there will be 3 of those at Cybertron Con in the Asian market. I don't know if we'll get them here across the seas, but I know there's going to be a lot of announcements during that convention, so I'm very excited. And our third and final little bit of Transformers news, this is on the note of the Missing Link offerings. We finally have full product images, and in Japan they're already available for pre-order, not here in the States yet. But we have the Missing Link Sunstreaker and the Missing Link Cordon, I believe is how you say it, the white police car. And they both use the same mold, kind of like in the old Diaclone and G1 days. I'm hoping we'll get a spin out after these 2, but the coolest part is we knew they were coming. We saw the gray prototypes. Now we have the finished product images here, and you can see them all grouped together with the other Missing Link offers of Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and Optimus. But the cool thing is these guys are going to actually have actual Diaclone pilots. Sunstreaker comes with one called the Worker, which looks a lot like Spike. And then the Cordon is going to come with a police officer character that's an actual like Diaclone looking character, and they both will be able to fit in the driver's seats of the 2 vehicles. So this is really exciting news. They are going to be about 80, I think it was $80+ if you translate the yen to the American dollar. So you're looking at about $80 a piece. So it is a pricey offering, but it is a really cool piece of Transformers history and just some cool like way to get it, because we can't get Sunstreaker anymore. I'm pretty sure his mold got destroyed, so they don't even do reissues of it anymore. I think the only way you can get him now is you buy one of the old reissues or the old Japanese box set, or if you can find one, the old G1 box from the US. But just really cool to see these. I really look forward to seeing what the next Missing Link items are going to be. It's cool to see that we're building up this line of figures. So over the week, an item came out of nowhere that we didn't even know about. I don't think they ever announced they were doing this, but just like the Target exclusive Fallout Red Rocket gas station, it looks like we've got another Bethesda Mattel / Mega Construx crossover. That of, and I'm very excited for this, the Alduin and Dovahkiin from the Skyrim game. So the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. And this looks really cool. It is, I believe, $50+ on Big Bad Toys right now. That was the only place that had it up. I didn't see it on Mattel Creations as of this recording, or Entertainment Earth, anywhere else. But this is just a really cool thing. I don't know if you are a big Mega Bloks fan, but if you're a Brick fan or a Mega Block fan, this is awesome. I know that a lot of people use these for stop motion animation, which is really cool. So now we have another of the Bethesda licenses working with Mattel Creations and Mattel and Mega Construx. So it's kind of cool to see that you can have Master Chief, the Dova King, and the Vault Dweller now all on your shelf fighting together against their monsters and enemies. And this Alduin looks really well built too. Like, I've seen some of the Lego dragons and they're really well built right now too. And so this kind of is right up there with that like quality level. It's got cool fabric or soft wings that are articulated wings so they can move better. It's got the tail, it's got the head, and it's just really well built and really well designed. I hope the pieces stay together really well. But yeah, just a really cool offering. I have the link in the description down below if you want to check it out at Big Bad Toys. I myself am kind of tempted to buy this, but at this time, just like the Fallout one, I'm kind of picking and choosing what I buy into, and I'm trying to stay away from all the brick things right now, but they are tempting. And in McFarlane Toy News, we have a look at something we already kind of covered here, but it's a little different, and that is of the Justice League Workforce, or Task Force, I can't remember which one it is. But this time around, it is the Platinum Edition. I don't know if it's a chase. If it's a chase, that's going to be a really hard Build-A-Figure wave to kind of find. But usually, you know, it's a lot easier than I always think. But it's that of the 4 characters that I already covered, the Flash, Batman, Aquaman, and Superman, that build Darksider. But this time they're in this almost video game 8-bit, 16-bit kind of design. Kind of reminiscing of the NECA game figures they used to do, like the different characters. I think they did the Predator and the Alien, and I want to say the RoboCop and the Batman actually that they did in that kind of Sega blue, red, purple kind of pixelated look. And that's kind of what's going on here, but with those figures, because I believe there was an actual Sega game or some old arcade game or something like that where it looks like that. I wish I knew off the top of my head, but I do not know off the top of my head. But yeah, so I don't know, there's no actual links to just buy these. I think you're just going to have to hope that they hit your store shelves when these wave of figures hit, or you're lucky enough to get this version of the figure when you buy it from like Amazon or McFarlane Toy Store, any of that stuff. But I wanted to cover it here because I thought it was very interesting. And in Four Horsemen Studios news, the Figure Obscura figure for this winter, the holiday season, was revealed. And to continue from last year's Jacob Marley, we have the Ghost of Christmas Past. And this is a really interesting figure. It's a different take on the Ghost than I know of. I always pictured it like as like a, I want to say like a smaller like pixie kind of character with 2 arms, but this one has 4 arms, which what the heck, why not? So this is their newest Figure Obscura. I have the links in the description down below if you want to pick it up yourself. It is about $60, I believe, the usual. And they also have the last year's Jacob Marley and then also the Father Christmas available if you want them at their store right now. The figure looks really cool. It's got a lot of awesome accessories that are actually just cool to have in general. Like there's a lamp, an old Victorian, like old Christmassy Christmas story kind of lamp, street lamp, which looks really cool. She comes with an awesome crown, soft goods like always. I mean, Four Horsemen Studios with their Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions and Figure Obscures are always really incredible, and I'm excited to see this. I was kind of hoping for the partner to the Jacob Marley from last year, but we'll get there sooner or later, I'm sure. I'm kind of curious to see if we're going to see a Ghost of Christmas Present in the future using a giant character, because he's always big and jolly. And I mean, we could totally see a Ghost of Christmas Future, because you've seen their Skeletons and Reaper characters they've done before. You could kind of do that already if you want to with one of their figures from the upcoming wave. But yeah, just a really awesome offering for the holidays. I'm always excited to see a new Figure Obscura from them. Kind of hoping they'll get into cryptids sooner or later, because that's my bread and butter when it comes to action figures. I always like to see companies, especially independent companies, give their take on Bigfoot or Mothman or any of that cool stuff, and I'd love to see Four Horsemen Studios do that sooner or later. And in comics this week we think look interesting, we have a look at 3 comics this week, like always. And first up is the all-new Venom. This takes place, of course, after the Venom Wars, and it's 240 in the Venom line. But it is number 1. They're kind of resetting the story a little bit, like they always do. It continues the story arc, but it has, a new starting. And this one is a little bit, definitely a restart, because there's a new host. We don't know who it is at this point, but by the end of the comic, we should see the character under the mask. So it looks like Eddie is not the one running around in Venom right now in the comics. Of course, he'll probably come back like he always does, but as of now, it is someone else, and we don't know who yet. So it's very exciting. I can't wait to read it. And then next up, we have a look at the Marvel Holiday comic. I think it's the Holiday Astonishing Marvel #1. And this is, I believe, a one-shot for the holidays where it covers 4 different stories. One is a party that the Fantastic Four put on and someone who's uninvited shows up. Another is Kitty Pryde of the X-Men is trying to holiday shop for her friends when disaster starts. And then, of course, Spider-Man and Miles Morales will have a little story in there too. So really exciting just to get you started for the holidays. Some really fun reading. And then third and finally, which is kind of in the same vein, but it's from DC. DC's Batman Smells Robin Laid an Egg #1 of 4. I believe this is part of a 4-story arc that is the Gotham during the holidays, and Batman and Robin are getting into some fun. Looks like Poison Ivy is the first villain they're going to have to deal with, but I like the idea of the Batman Smells Robin Laid an Egg kind of joke there, and there's a little egg next to Robin's leg. So yeah, some really fun comics this week. Like always, stop at your local comic shop, pick up your comics, have fun reading this week. And in our creative corner this week, we have a really awesome customizer to go over from Instagram. Strongix _custom_figures on Instagram. Like always, the link for the Instagram is down below in the description, so if you want to go follow them, give them likes, and share their work like we are here. It is really incredible work. They take figures and touch them up, elevate them, give them some more paint apps, make some customs. I picked 4 out of a lot to choose from. I picked 4 that I thought looked really cool that I wanted to share, but definitely go and look at all of them. There's quite a few, and they're not just one thing. There's G.I. Joe, there's Marvel, there's 4 Horsemen Studios, Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions and stuff like that. There's just a lot, but the 4 I picked was one from Marvel, and that is of a custom Punisher they did, which looks incredible, and I would love to see this from the actual Marvel team. Not that I don't like the current Punisher we just got. It is awesome, and I'm excited for it. And then we have a look at a Cobra Commander here, but I like what they did here because they used a Crimson Guard, it looks like, as the base body, and then put the Cobra Commander cowl instead of the helmet or the classified helmet on it. But there is other images of it with those helmets if you want to see it, which is really cool, and I just like it a lot. And then the DC representation here of this really cool Deathstroke, which I wish we got one of these kind of like Deathstrokes in this kind of style from a company. It's really cool looking, awesome custom. And then finally, a Black Knight on a horse from the Mythic Legions line. This is a complete looking custom, it looks like. Really good paint apps, really cool combo of accessories. Gives me a very Frazetta vibes, the way it looks. But yeah, this is a really awesome creator if you like custom toys, if you want some inspiration and some kit bashing ideas that you can do. Their work is incredible. They also sell the figures, it looks like, through a link in their Instagram if you want to buy one and not have to customize it yourself. But just a really awesome creator here that I wanted to cover. So definitely give them a follow, give them some likes, and share if you can. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.